Okay. So, I feel like it's getting late and I'm tired.
It's 7:30. Relax.
Can you restart it, please?
It was the summer of 2014. I was in my third year at UCSB. I was single. I was living like college student. That was gonna be my second summer in IV. The first summer was hell. Like, I don't like to ask my parents for money. I just don't feel comfortable. Well, the next summer, I begged my mom. I was like, Mom, I can't find a job. I really want to move back home. And she was like,
No, what the f?
like,
You're a grown up.
you know, you're gonna stay over there, you're gonna figure it out. And so I did. I applied to a bunch of different places, and finally I got hired at a store. Pretty much I got hired as a sales associate, fancy word for a cashier. I don't remember whether it was my interview or my training.
This was the store. If you see all of this is like where all the products and the clothes and stuff was at. These are the cash registers, this is the entrance, and then this is the employee room. And this is where I had my interview.
So I walked in and I was like, you know, like walking. And then I'm walking down this hallway, and right like around here, I see the most like contagious smile. She was wearing like a cap with her hair up with braid and like a pro club up here. She was like doing something, and then she kind of did like a double take, and then I kind of did a double take, and I just smiled at her, and I was like, like, what is that? You know, I felt butterflies almost. I'm gonna go ahead and mention this. I've never dated a woman before. I dated men. Like I said, I was single, I was living life. And so it was just like a very unsettling feeling, but not in like a weird or like bad way. But like 3 weeks after I got hired, that I didn't draw it on here, but there was like a separate section here.
Over here, like on this area of the store, it was the garden area.
And that area is slow as like nobody goes there. So I was just chilling, just kind of like moving around, pretending to do my job. Then I see the same girl from that day was coming to talk to me, and I got so nervous. I was like, what the like, she's here again. And she's walking up to me with her smile, and I'm just kind of like, oh shit. I was like,
Oh, hi. My name is MelanieAndMarylee. I work with loss preventions here.
we have to do a safety test for all of the employees. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I was so nervous that I failed. I failed that test. And she was like, close to me, it's this, this, and that. And then she was like, okay, well, I just need for you to sign here to prove that, like, I gave you the test. She was low-key being, you know, over-friendly, I guess I would say. And I remember she looked at my name and she was like, Melanie Gomez. Oh, that's so funny. Like, my name is MaryLee Guerrero. So, you know, our initials are the same, MGMG. And okay, then I knew, like, okay, this was like a crush. It was a legit crush. So I went home, and I remember I told my friends, my sorority sisters, I was like, you guys, like, there's this girl, and it's so weird because I like kind of have a crush on her. It's weird. I don't know what to think about it. They told me like, oh,
You're dumb, like it's a phase. It's not an actual crush.
and I was like, no, like I really do feel like a connection to her. It was so weird. Time passes by. It must have been like a month that we kept running into each other right here. And this became our hallway. So we're running into each other right here, and it was kind of like fate, I guess I would say. I don't know. Just running into each other all the time. It would make me nervous. It slowly progressed into like conversations where if I was going to like the back room or she was walking to the front or something, we'd walk together and just talk. I remember one day she was somewhere like, again, right here, fixing clothes, pretending to be a customer, obviously. And this took me by surprise, okay? Literally, it slipped out, and even in my head, I acted cool, calm, collected outside, but in my head, I was like, what? I told her, where have you been all my life? I just remember she was like, what? Like, she got so nervous. She got that big, beautiful, contagious smile. I just kind of like smiled it off. I kind of like threw it out there and I walked away, like I said, calm, cool, collected. But when I got to like the back, I was like, what the did I just So we'd run into each other there, or when I was at the cash registers, like she would walk through the front, walk all over the place. When I was here, like doing my job, putting clothes back, putting items back, she'd always walk around and like kind of just pass by really quickly to say hi. So I don't think I told MaryLee this. I would make excuses to go to that store just to see if I could run into her like off hours, because then I could look cute. At this point, most of my friends already like knew about my little crush. I lived in an apartment complex, and one of my sorority sisters and my friend like lived upstairs. So I spent most of my time up there with them. And so every time that we had an interaction or I saw her or anything, I'd run up there and be like, oh my gosh, she talked to me. She'd use excuses, and I noticed this too, but she'd use excuses to like get in my line to buy something. And it was the worst because I'd have like 3 customers in front of her and then her, and I would just fumble. Whenever she'd step into my line, it would just all fall apart. I'd be like, where are the bags? Where does the money go? She knew the effect she was having on me. I've never experienced this. This was like new to me, but it just felt right. One day, I remember I got off of work. She's like, oh, you're leaving already? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I'm about to take my lunch break, so I'll walk with you. And I was like, okay. They had like patio sets here for display, and we come and we sit at one of the patio chairs. MaryLee's lunch hour, she spent it with me, and we literally were just talking, like getting to know each other. She was like, oh, like, where are you from? I told her I was from LA. She told me she was from Santa Barbara. We're vibing, we're talking, and then we kind of get quiet, and she goes, you're straight, right? Oh my god. I was so conflicted because yes, I am straight, but I was having like feelings for her, and so I kind of went, yeah. That was when I knew. So she has a little crush on me too.
So there's 2 sides to every story. It was the summer of... Alright, so I was working loss prevention probably for like some months now. And I worked with guys. We would just sit in the cameras, we would look for shoplifters, but every now and then, we'd see the associates, and we'd be like, damn, they're cute. We'd talk about which associate was cute, who was our favorite. We each had our bae. So one of the guys, like, he had his bae, like the girl he was crushing on. The other guy had a girl he was crushing on. I would go in there every day, and like every day I'd pick a new girl. I'd be like, that's my bae. Melanie says that we met when she was gonna do her orientation or something. Honestly, don't remember. And I feel horrible because that was it, right? That was the moment. And I missed the moment. My moment was when I was sitting in cameras. My buddy was like, hey, they got the fresh meat in. And I was like, oh, sweet, maybe I'll find me a new bae, Just, we sound like pigs, huh? We always had a camera on the cash registers. And I remember thinking like, ooh, who's that? I saw her smiling. She seemed so like innocent and sweet, because you always want to find out what's behind the innocent and sweet, right? And so I was like, you guys, I think I found bae. They're like, oh my god, MaryLee, you always have a new bae. Here we go again, whatever. I start noticing Melanie a little bit more when I was walking the floor. And I was like, oh man, is she cute? She was so cute. Melanie, I was paying attention to you. Why are you on your phone?
I am paying attention to you.
You're taking a picture of your broken nail.
I know, because the camera.
Now, I was studying psychology, right? I learned about this thing called mere exposure effect. So I walked around, make sure I exposed myself. The more you're exposed to something you wouldn't normally like or be attracted to, the more likely you are to be attracted to or learn to like. I would pretend like I didn't see her, but I would just make myself seen. One time, our boss gave us an assignment. You guys have to go around and hand out these sheets. Yeah, just have them initial it so that they know the safety drills. And me and the boys were like,
dude, who are you gonna give the papers to?
They asked me, hey, so are you gonna give it to your bae? And I was like, well, yeah, dude. I was really nervous to go talk to her. And one of the guys was like, yo, MaryLee, if you don't go, I'm gonna go. She's pretty cute. And I was like,
yo, you better back up, man.
That's my girl. I'm gonna go talk to her. I'm gonna go quiz her, all right? So, I grabbed my paper, and it was perfect because she was working at the garden. I walk in, I see her looking all cute. I can tell she gets a little nervous, but at the same time, I'm just like, well, I am security. She's probably just nervous because she's sketchy. I introduce myself, loss prevention. I'm here to, you know, quiz you a little bit about safety skills, and you know, it's okay if you don't know some stuff. I can teach you. Yeah, I said that. I'll show you the ways. Alright, cool. So then I go back to the back room with the guys, and they're like, dude, how was it? I was like, dude, I was so nervous. They're like, yeah, dude, you looked all nervous and stuff. And I was like, whatever, shut up, you know? The next day, I'm like, oh, it's Bae in? And then they're like, which one? And I was like, Bae, you know, Bae. And they're like, oh, you're finally gonna stick to one? And I was like, oh, that's right. I haven't picked a new Bae. So for like a week, it was still Melanie. So I checked on the system. I had to use my resources. Melanie thinks it's creepy, but if you had the resources, tell me you wouldn't do the same. So I, you know, looked up her schedule to see which day she was gonna be in, because I gotta know if I gotta look cute for work or not. We always had a camera on the registers. So whenever, you know, we were looking for like shoplifters and stuff like that, and I would notice that, you know, she was gonna take her break, I'd tell the guys like, hey, you know, let's swap. I'll walk the floor, you come look at cameras. So I would go by the sports area and, you know, look around like a customer, and then I'd see her every time, until finally one day I was like, dang, stalker. And she was like, you're the one in the camera room. And I was like, oh, shit, she knows, she's on to me. She's right, I was the one in the camera room. I was the one, you know, strategically placing myself on the floor so that I could run into her. I was just using my resources. If anybody else had those resources, you'd use them too. Come on now. So because I was working like 3 jobs, do impulsive shopping. And I would go buy shirts. When Melanie was working, I would go to her register to pay with her. I just wanted any excuse to see her. So I got in line and I could tell right away she started getting nervous. I was like, damn, maybe she does like me. No girl just gets nervous like that unless she's shady. But she wasn't shady, she was a good girl, you know? So I can't remember what I was gonna do that night, but I knew my hair had to be popping. My hair's always gotta be popping. Is it popping right now? Popping right now? So I had my straightener in my car, and when I was gonna go get my straightener, I see Melanie. Oh, there's my girl, but she don't know that she's my girl. So I'm like, hey, what's up? You know, she's like, oh, I'm just waiting for my friend. I knew she wanted to see me. I was supposed to straighten my hair, but we ended up talking forever, and then my homegirl Marta comes through and she sits with us. She sees us talking and she'll be like, oh, you both have pretty eyes. Melanie looks at me, she's like, you do have really pretty eyes. I kid you not, I my pants. Play it cool, play it cool. Anyways, you know, I'm chopping it up. So girl, you ever, you know, get to know Santa Barbara? You live in IV, but have you been around SB? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, you know, me and my friends like to cruise the mountains, like to go to the beach, I like to hang out, you know, stuff like that. I'm telling her, you know, I could show her the world basically. At the same time, I gotta know if, you know, all the effort I put in is gonna get me anywhere, right? I straight up told her, I was like, you're straight, right? And she was like, yeah. And when she said yeah, I was a little heartbroken, but there was hesitation. So in my head, I was like, Mary, did you hear that? There was a slight hesitation. She's not straight. The hesitation told me like, yes, she's straight, but she might be reconsidering. So I took that as a, okay, maybe you can take her cruising, all right? Went back to the guys, I asked her if she's straight. She said, yeah. And they're like, dude, it's on, like you're in. Alrighty-o! So that's how we met. I met this precious little glazed donut before she was a little glazed donut.
I know.
Because she didn't wear makeup back then. Girl, I glammed you up.
Do you remember I
You
had
are
like a
welcome.
bright pink tips.
Yeah, she was a little ratchet. You used to be a little ratchet, now you fancy, schmancy.
You told me that I looked innocent. Now you're telling me I look ratchet with my pink.
Alright, she was innocent, but you could tell she was from the hood. No, low-key, I thought she was like this Christian little like nerd. That's what I thought.
Yeah. But anyway, that.
But what?
Nothing.
What? She won't kiss me on camera because her mom might be watching. That makes her really nervous. I love you.
But yeah, that is the stories of how we met.
That's how we met. I was her little stalker.
That's how I met your mother.
Melanie fell in love with her stalker.
I did. It can happen, guys. Don't knock until you try it.
But not until you try. Yeah. So if you
I'm
ever
just
feel
kidding.
like you're being stalked, give the man a try.
Don't do it. That's
Or
not
girl, give her a try. You know, you never know. Y'all might just end up falling in love and
starting a
adopting
YouTube
a
channel
cat together. Come here, Peter. I have a cough stuck in my throat.
This is Peter Pumpkin Eater, our little baby. Peter, Pumpkin. This is for my eyebrows.
I ripped off the
Alright, guys.
Pick him up.
You should put that part in and then do a slow-mo.
that part in, put it in slow-mo? Like that? It's okay, too.
So that people can see you go, oh no. Anyway, we hope that you guys enjoyed hearing our little cheesy rant. Hashtag relationship goals. Oh my god, that's my ratchet now. Let me hide it. Hashtag relationship
Alright,
goals.
that's it. It's a wrap.
And you will find natural who keeps it casual, no makeup tactical. See, that's factual. We lazy bicycles, bike acting tricycles, keep calm practical. Lazy ladies magical with the way she rolling though, intertwined feet toes. Awkward yet amazing, she my weapon to my lethal. Sequel of the love, and what is equal? We would think of laziness, but